Well, hello there. I just want to make a quick video. I won't keep it for long. I wanted to reiterate, I guess expand on something I said in my previous video, talking about whether or not the grid goes down. And obviously, I'm not here to promote fear porn nonsense. It's not really, I don't know, I don't think of it like that. My point originally was that it's possible they could take the grid down, yes, but the internet would still be there. Now on this page we're looking at different kinds of realistic power grid sources or whatever that you could go off the grid with. Now this is nothing new. People have been talking about this for a long time. You know, all these different solar generators and different ways that civilians can do this, much less corporations and military. So say for example, the powers that shouldn't be want the grid shut down so that they can kill the truther movement, let's just say. Because without the internet, without our ability to communicate, and yeah, you should pray that the internet is not shut down and the power grid doesn't go down. You shouldn't be rooting for the government to fail. That's not actually going to help you in any way. But my point was, if they wanted to take the net down just to limit communications, because the first thing you do when you invade a country or if you're doing any kind of military action, the first move is to eliminate their communications so that they can't get, back in the day, there'd be guys on horses and bikes. They called them runners. And they would actually, their entire job was just running messages from point A to point B. But anyway, if they take the grid down, there's a good chance that the companies that control the actual internet, which is what? Some building with a transponder receiver that's sending out the signal, internet towers all over the place, which could be solar power, by the way. Most of these things are automated stations that would only need one guy to keep an eye on it for repairs and maintenance. If all these little Wi-Fi towers scattered here and there are solar powered or whatever, yeah, it's possible that they could take the grid down and the internet will still be there for the elites or the people who have prepared. Now, that being said, I'm poor as dirt. I couldn't afford half of this stuff. I'd like to get a little tiny solar panel. I actually saw a picture of a guy in the Middle East who had put a solar panel on his hat, and he was always, he was always rocking a phone at least. And, this is funny. 33 must-have tools. 33, right? Oh, I just saw that. That's Illuminati confirmed. But anyway, the idea of solar panels, solar power, much less Tesla's free energy that this Elon Musk hump stole. Just seeing that reminds me that he shouldn't have been allowed to use that name. It's just so grabble. But yeah, you look at all these, different alternative energy solutions. So if you had your own power supply and you had pre-purchased something, a phone, a tablet with unlimited data, then yeah, if the power goes down for the mass population and you still have your own power supply, why wouldn't it be logical to assume that somebody out there might be backing up the internet? Because if they know for sure that most poor people will just be in the dark automatically, they don't need to take down the internet. They only need to take down the power grid. You dig? So basically, I was just sort of inspired to make this video because I thought there's lots of ways to prepare for this. If I had the coin, I already would have. But my point is, even jury rigging systems, I got a friend of mine, we're already working on it. He's an electrician and he has more resources than me. I provide the ideas and he provides the tool shop to work in. But the idea basically was, yes, I think they can take the grid down and the internet could still be up, because I know for sure that the internet could be powered by independent sources that they've already prepared. Who owns all the internet companies? Who owns all the Wi-Fi towers? In Canada, I'm not too sure. But the truth of the matter is if I can think of it, they've probably thought of it. And as far as this talk of the grid going down, I pray it doesn't. Who would want that? Like Owen Benjamin was saying in his podcast today, we have the Library of Alexandria in our pockets. The ultimate tool for research, and most people waste it on, God knows what. But they sure do complain when it's gone, when it will be gone, or if the power goes out. Or even last year when Facebook went down for a day and the whole world collectively flipped their wigs. Imagine if the power goes out for like 3 days. It'd be mass pandemonium. So my point is whether or not they do this or not, and I pray they don't, but it seems tactical if a war does break out. But if they do it, just try to have your own solar power. And yes, it's possible that you could even get... Here's a guy, he builds his own high-speed reception tower. So obviously, it's not just a technology they control. How to build my own mobile cell tower. Like, this stuff is out there. If you're living in a cabin and you want improved signal or whatever, you don't have to go walk up a hill like this person says. It's possible. These things are possible. I guess, like I said, this was inspired because I had some troll, Gamma, chime in the comment section in one of my of my last video, calling me a retard, saying, what do you think, the internet runs on magic? That when the power grid goes down, you'll still have it? I'm like, no, obviously not. But apparently there's enough gamma male morons out in the world that it's something that may need to be addressed, Pretty pleased with sugar on top. Try not to ask stupid questions, but I guess there's only stupid answers. Or wait, is it the other way around? But anyway, yeah. So all these things are possible. Anyone can be completely independent and self-sufficient. In the end, it usually just comes down to resources. If you're a guy like me, all alone, with on disability with no real resources, okay, whatever. But if you're an actual electrician or a tradesman or a dude who's been working hard his whole life and he has access to shops, to workshops, tech, tools, and lots of people do. There's lots of people, at least in the Okanagan here in BC, Canada, where I live, where I've been, where they have amazingly impressive shops, where there's filled with tools that I've never even seen nor used. So yeah, when it comes down to this, even like a gasoline generator you can go and buy that'll keep the lights on. So obviously I'm praying the grid doesn't go down, but if it does, there is a chance that you can still have communications, albeit the only other people you're going to be able to communicate with are people who've taken the same precautions. And yeah, don't get me wrong, it's not like I want this to happen or whatever, but I mean, there's other things people can prepare for, that's what books are for, But yeah, I mean, all things must come to an end sooner or later anyway. So whether it be internet and power or this mortal coil, whatever, sometimes a person simply has got to ask themselves, are they ready to let go? For me, it's all about research and communications. I'm all alone where I live, so if the internet goes down, like I said, the truther movement dies in a day, and that sucks. But it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, there's technology out there that people can independently source this. So do your own research, and I'll just leave it at that. Peace out, baby.